Gang. This your boy Hyphen Jerz. You're tuned in to Hyphen Eagles, man. Once again, I'm back at it. You know, we got these new updates going on for the Philadelphia Eagles from 2023 to 2024. You know, looking real good, looking everything, looking straight. Like I've been telling everybody, this new schedule going on for the next season is going, especially with the offense going to be playing, it's looking real deep, looking real like we're gonna be really have to be prepared. Like everybody already saying that just look like I'm not gonna say it's one of the hard. I'm saying some people saying it's gonna be the one of the hardest schedules for in the league, but I'm not. I gotta look at everybody else's schedule, so I'm not gonna like go that far. But it's definitely a hard schedule for us, and it's definitely very different from what we had to face going to last season. Like so but like first and foremost, like I always want to start off and saying thanks to everybody that been tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing, following, putting your comments down, tuning into the spaces, to the voice podcast, supporting my boy merchandises and everything that he got some good stuff. He got some good gear, he got some things like that he want everybody to actually just come and support. Like you could look good, some good merchandise that's straight. This is good, that's good, looking good. I'm about to cop me a few stuff. So, whatever you want to do, you want to look good, going to watching your teams and everything. Basketball, got the Kobe. Yeah, he got some good gear that you could go in, support. He gives free giveaways for anybody that's supporting, coming and commenting down and watching, and that's been tuning in, that's been following. I like that purple and this blue ones look good. So I'm gonna be copying me someone. And like, just a few little stuff. You got the hat for the Eagles fans, everybody, some Eagles good. Cause this season you want to come out to the game and look good while you watching your team, watching the Eagles. Now you got a lot more stuff for different teams, different for different teams and different NFLs and everything. Like whoever your team is, he got it for us. Like you just, we promoting a lot of stuff dealing with the Eagles and promoting a lot of stuff with us. But he got different, whatever your team is, 49ers, Vikings or whatever. You want to look good watching your team play going on to this season, because it looks like this season is going to be an interesting season. Yeah, just go out and support my boy hype fan, hype wave, and get your stuff up, get your gear up. If you wanna get more at him and about it, you could come in. That's his link, Hype Wave. You could go in there and you could get, if you want to talk to him more. That's his Twitter, his YouTube, and everything. You could just speak to him about it, and he have all that for you. But like, yeah, getting back to, thank you for coming in and supporting. We appreciate it. And like, yeah, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. We're gonna get into this update going forward this next season. Everything looking straight and straightforward. And this is who we actually is gonna be looking to play. Like this is our schedule, and this is what we gotta be ready for. You see that we got the Patriots. The Patriots looking like the first team of the week. Not too bad of that start out with dealing with Bill Belichick and the Patriots versus Jones and the quarterback. Everybody, we ain't really scared of him. And like the Patriots don't really look like so much of a big threat to me. I feel like we should be able to take that game. I don't really know so much or who they really got on their team. So, but I know that not really scared of versus the Patriots now, because how they are now. I really like we got a good chance of actually taking that win. I think we have a good high percentage of taking that win, and I would actually give us to win that game. I would actually give us 70 to 80% chance of beating that game. Yeah, I give us that. So that's the first game that we're gonna be actually playing dealing with the Patriots. I would say uh going towards the second game, I would actually say, oh, we got the Vikings, and that actually look more of a I would say we have of a chance of winning that game too. But I say I give us, instead of 70, 80%, I would say I would give us at least a 60%, 60 to 70, of winning that. We still got a good greater chance of beating that. And yeah, like that's what I feel. I feel like that's what we got, and that's the chance of us winning that game, and that's a chance for to actually taking that and actually doing something with. And I feel like our defense with the Vikings game could really come up Kirk Cousins, and I feel like our defense will come at them. You saw what we did with them going towards last season, seeing what we how we how we came at them on our defense side, and then what our offense did. So I feel like we still could continue that going for this year, and yeah, I feel like we're still. I feel like we still have a chance to still come off on a. We could dominate that game again, but I know we could win. I'm not gonna say we're gonna dominate again, but I know we definitely could win that game, and I give it like a 60 or 70% chance of winning that. The Buccaneers game, I would say I give us, since Tom Brady is not gonna be there, and the quarterback that's stepping in, I forget the quarterback, I forget his name, the white boy, excuse me, but I feel like we feel we're gonna be able to take that, and we feel we still gonna be able to run with that game too. Just because of the pieces that they lost and everything going on. I feel like the our defense is gonna be able to I feel like our defense is going to be able to hold them enough, but I feel like mainly our offense is going to give it to their defense a little bit more on that game. So I would give us I would give us a 70% chance of winning that, another 60 70% chance of winning that game, just because they do still have a little bit enough pieces on that team, but it's I don't think it's gonna be enough for them to win, and I feel like we'll come out for that win. The going to the Commanders, I feel like we win that game, so I already feel that's 3-0 right there. But going to a 4, the week 4, I feel like that could potentially be another 4-0 game right there on a 4-win streak. Commanders, I feel like we'll be able to win that. I know they third screen, they quarterback last season came in the game late, and he looked like he was doing something. So I feel like they they if he come out with the quarterback and they continue they continue to be consistent on the quarterback position, I feel like they'll be good this season, but I don't think it will be enough dealing with who we got on our pieces. So and you already know how how the rivalry games come in different divisions and everything, how that could be. It could be a little tough. So, but I would give us on that first game, I would give us a 70% chance too. I would say a 70-80% chance of winning that game. It's another 20% chance that something could get out of hand, dealing with the Commanders, but I give us a 70-80% chance on that game to win that. So that's really potentially could be a 4-0 start for us. Now, when it gets to the LA Rams, I know where Matt Stafford, everything was a little crazy on dealing with him last season, but I think they picked up a few little good pieces on the team, and everybody felt like how confident how they might come around and what they're gonna do going on to this season. But I still don't think there was going to be enough because a lot of changes, how a little downfall that they went, and a lot of stuff they got to figure out going on towards with the Rams or what they're going to do. So I feel like that's going to be enough. That's not going to be enough to actually be in one accord to actually take us and beat it. So I give us another 70-80% chance of winning that game, and that's a 5-0 game right there, and a 5-0 winning streak right there. And I feel like it could be a 20% chance, like again with the Commanders, that could actually things get out of hand and we could slip up and lose. But I don't really see it in that much. I feel like we'll be able to take that away. I won't say we'll blow them out, but I feel like we'll be able to take that. Dealing with the Jets, now, this is where things get a little gonna start to get a little bit on the rough side on us. Dealing with Aaron Rodgers going in there, and then how the Jets was last season with their defense, and then they had a pretty good, okay offense. Just a little bit of thing dealing with the consistency on the quarterback. But with Aaron Rodgers being an experienced quarterback, I feel like he could come in and he could change it like how Tom Brady did for the Buccaneers. But I don't know. He still got to build that chemistry and what he have on the team. You know how everybody know how Aaron Rodgers is. dealing with how he is dealing with his personality with connecting with players, like so I don't know how he's gonna be with dealing with the Jets, but I feel like he still will be able to. He's Aaron Rodgers, like I feel like he still be able to come in and lead that team. Like, he know how to read defense. He know how to do all that. He's accurate. So, and I feel like that's what the only thing they need, really. I'm still skeptical of their O line, their protection for him. So I feel like for that reason, I feel like we'll win that game because of the protection. I don't know if they're gonna be able to protect Aaron Rodgers enough, like to be able. He gonna have to get that ball out of his hand very quick. Dealing with playing us. So I feel like that will lead us more to be able to take that win. But I feel like it's this gonna be our first toughest game that I feel like that we're gonna dealing with the Jets, how they doing. I feel like is it's not gonna be so much of a test, but it's gonna be so much of like, yo, we gonna actually gonna make sure have to. Well, you can't slip up with no game, but dealing with the Jets, we're gonna actually have to stay on our gay game and be prepared for this new Jets that's been for 2 years for 2 seasons that's been looking very very different and good. So I would say for that game, I would say we have a 60 to 70% chance, like I would say, to actually taking that game. It could actually get out of hand. We won't take it serious, but I give us a 60, 70% chance, more of a percentage of winning that game than the Jets. But we're gonna have to really be prepared and all that. Going to week 7 with the Dolphins, I actually feel like that's another game that's we're gonna have to stay on our toes. We're gonna have to stay on and be prepared. Like I know things dealing with Tua and with the injuries or what he been going through and all that, but I feel like he stay healthy and then they second string quarterback come in just in case whatever happens to him, come in and he stay healthy and he come in and do the same thing. I feel like that's the only thing they just need is the quarterback to actually stay healthy and the quarterback is be consistent, and the Dolphins could really be a threat. Like the Dolphins are really, I feel like I always felt like the Dolphins was a aggressive, grown man team. Like they play hard, and like if you don't stay on your A game, they could really take a game away from you. So especially what they doing now, dealing with last season. And I feel like the Dolphins could be a team that could really, if we don't stay on our end game, they could catch us slipping real easy. So that's yeah, they're aggressive team. Like, and we gonna have to be prepared for them. Like, and I really like the Dolphins, what they've been doing. So I actually would say, like, yo, that's a game. Once again, I would say I give us a 60 to 70% chance of winning. Not so much high, but we do have more of a percentage chance of winning that game. And yeah, I look at that. So yeah, like anyway, I feel like going on to the week 8. Those two though from week 6 to week 7, uh, I give, like I said, from week 5, I would say from week 1 to week 5, those are a for sure 5 is it. That's a for sure 5 is it win. But week 6 to week 7 is a maybe a loss, could be a potential loss, could be one of our first loss. It could be either a 5-1, could even be a 5-2 for both of the games. It could be, but I lean more of a 7 to zip. We've got a 7 win streak, but though it could turn out to be a 5-1 or a 6-1 or whatever between those two teams. But I have a higher, more of a percentage that we could be 7 to zip. But they could potentially be our first loss or our first 2 loss. It could be like going back to the Commanders. The second game working versus the Commanders could be a little more harder because they start figuring themselves out. So I said 70 to 80% chance to them first time, but that could lead. I feel like the Commanders going towards the season, they start picking up and they start realizing a lot of stuff. That's how they usually be. So I would drop that a little bit going to that second game. That could be at least a 60 or 70% chance we take that game. And yeah, that's how I look at it. So, but we still have a higher percent chance of winning. A very high percent chance winning. That could potentially be another loss for us. But as like I said, I feel like we have a more percent chance to be an 8 eight going on an 8 game winning streak. Going to week 9, dealing with the Cowboys, the first game with the Cowboys. You already know how that be, little game. So this is the first game dealing with that week 9. I like all the way from week 1 to week 8. I said that we have a good higher percentage chance to be 8 or 8 winning streak. But now we get into the Cowboys. I know how a lot of Eagles fans feel about the Cowboys and a lot of other fans about the Cowboys, but at the same time, you cannot slip up and you cannot underestimate the Cowboys because Cowboys play hard through regular season. It just when they get to that big stage, they slip up. But the regular season, they play hard for what they got in the pieces and the weapons that he had. So that game I'll give us a 50 to 60% chance of winning that. It could be 50-50, depends on what we do. It could go either other way, but it could. No, I feel like I could get us a 10% more than them because of who we got. So I would say a 60% chance of us winning that game, but that could potentially more of a percent chance. That could potentially of all the other teams that we play, that could be more. That's more of a potentially loss on us that we could actually lose on that game. We could either get our first loss or we get our second loss, depends on between the Jets and the Dolphins. Or we could get our third loss between hopefully it won't be three losses, but it could potentially be either 2 to 3 losses. It could potentially be Cowboys could be our first loss. But that's how I look at it in that schedule round. And then we on a bye week. This is what I get going on until a little crazy, a little bit get a little bit crazy going on right now because we get a bye week going for week 10. And after we get a bye week, we playing the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Saints, the Niners. Then we get the Cowboys again. Then we get the Seahawks. I feel like why would they do that to us? Like after a bye week, we get the Chiefs, then the Bills. Like we gotta pick back up and trying to pick back up dealing with Patrick Mahomes. It felt like a little setup. Like I don't really like that they put that together. It's like they really trying to make it hard for us, but this is the schedule. This is what we're gonna have to do. This is how we're gonna have to work with. Coming off of the bye week, this is what things is gonna get crazy for us. And we're gonna have to really, after that bye week, we're gonna have to really be prepared. And we seen a lot of teams, it's not that easy coming off a bye week because now you gotta pick up, you gotta get your momentum going. And like we playing the Chiefs and the Bills first, and then the San Francisco Niners. You know, uh that's that's tough. That's very tough. That's very tough. I don't really like that, but cool. We take on a challenge. We take on what we do. We got the Chiefs. You already know what the Patrick Mahomes was. He's about what he did. When we played them in the Super Bowl, we had a chance of winning that. We had a high chance of winning that. We was doing good, but just a lot of hiccups that we had that actually lost us. Dealing with that fumble. Even though he came back and he scored, so he made up for it. But our defense didn't help. Our defense after he made up for it, our defense just they couldn't collab off of it. They just choked, and I feel like that was the main reason that we lost it because the defense just choked and they just couldn't keep up. And that just left it out. But we had a good, very chance of winning that. We was doing good, and this rematch is really doing straight and and yeah. Sorry, I had to make sure I'm looking at some. But yeah, we had a chance of actually taking that. We had a chance to actually doing all that and winning. But That's what happens. That's what everything that goes on. That's what everything that it get out of hand dealing with the Super Bowl, and it can happen if you don't come and you don't stay focused to be on your A game. Um, but but yeah, we still had a chance. We still was doing good. We still was doing our thing. But coming off of the bye week, going off of dinner and then getting the Chiefs and actually getting that, I feel like we have that could be really, I would say a 50-50. No more 50-50. And it could be 40-50 because coming off of the bye week, that could be really another loss for us. 40-50 be coming off of that bye week. But I'm gonna just say 50-50 because of who we still got and the chances. But that game, it could go up, it could go any other way. We're gonna have to actually come off of the bye week. We're gonna actually come on our game plan and be prepared. Like we're gonna have to not be rusty like that. We're gonna have to pick back up on the momentum and actually do out what we have to do. And that's how I look at that game. Yeah, that's potentially could be our second loss. Shoot, that could be fourth loss. No, we could potentially be 5-4. Like that's what that could be. We could potentially be six. Yeah, yeah. We could potentially have at least four after getting towards that time. We could potentially have four losses, or we could potentially have two losses between the Cowboys and between the Chiefs. Like, but yeah, that game could be 50-50. Going towards the Bills, I feel like that's another 50-50 game because like we still off of the bye week. I mean, we pick up a little bit more momentum, but depends on how it goes dealing with playing the Chiefs. It could it we if we end up winning, we didn't see our flaws. We end up losing. We probably could see our flaws and actually see what we could do. I don't know. So, but that could still because the Bills is a tough team on both sides of the field. Dealing with what they got on defense and what they got on offense. Yeah. Josh Allen. He's still a very good quarterback, and he's athletic, and you already know what he could do. You haven't went to that big spot yet, but regular season we already know what he's capable of on the weapons that they have. Dealing with who on the receivers court and everybody that they have on there and they running backs. So we're gonna have another team that our defense going to have to be prepared for, and we're going to have to be ready for them. Like, and I feel like that's another potentially loss if we don't come prepared. So that's another 50-50 game that could go any other way. Um, and that's how I look at it on that schedule. Dealing with the 49ers, I feel like that's another tough game. No, we got three. This is when everything is going to get tough for us. We got another tough game dealing with the Niners, but no, I feel like now that could be like a 60-70% chance. It goes a little bit up now just because of the quarterback situation. We're not really sure and confident of their quarterback or Purdy, what is going to happen with him or Garoppolo and all the other whatever quarterbacks that they have going on their side. But it's not for sure. It's not a thing of knowing what they're gonna do on that quarterback position. So that's why I put us up more. But other than that, they really are a solid team on both sides, defense and offense. Like it's just that quarterback thing that makes it go up a little bit more because it's not solidified yet. But we still that's still intentional loss too. But we have a little bit better percent of winning that. And yeah, like I would take us chances with the Niners than more than the Bills and the Chiefs, but it's still a little tough game. So going towards the game with the Cowboys, another second game. We always 1-1 with the Cowboys. I feel like one game we'll win, the other game they win. There could be this first game we lose, or this could be the first game we win. But the Cowboys. They still offense is pretty, could be pretty elite dealing with Dak and the weapons he has. So, but I would say it goes up again dealing with the Cowboys. Not that much, but more better dealing with the Chiefs and the Bills. I would say again, dealing is slightly the same with the 49ers. I would say a 60-70% chance that we could win that game. But we could potentially lose two in that game too. But a little bit more percentage of winning. Going towards the Seahawks. The Seahawks, I feel like we have a chance of more of it this when things get a little lighter, but we could still potentially lose from the Seahawks dealing with Geno Smith. What they got on the wide receiver core, DK Metcalf, Lockett, and then they pick up another good receiver that they got. They got a new cornerback on the defense side. But mainly they offense. I feel like if they defense do good enough, if they they defense will if you already know how they defense is, but if they defense do good enough, that's all they need. Because they offense look like they got a lot of weapons, and Geno Smith look like he gonna have a lot of people to play with on his side of the field. So our defense gonna have to be ready prepared for him. And but it's still a little bit more, but it go a little bit more higher than the Cowboys and the Niners and the Bills and the Chiefs. I would say a 70 to 80% chance of winning, but it could be a 20% chance we lose that game. But a little bit more higher percentage chance of us winning on that game. Now we get to the Giants. First game we ever play the Giants going to the end of the season. Depends on what if we need to win or not. But I think week 16 we still probably want some more. We might want to if how depends on how good we do. We might want to try to solidify that number one seed. So we might still play hard dealing with them on the Giants. So I would give us the Giants with Daniel Jones. They did good last season. I really felt how the Giants did last season. They made it to the playoff. They beat the Vikings in the first round. They had a good run, a good season. It just fortunately when they play us, they just wasn't prepared for us, which is a better team, and we had to stop them. But they got very better. Like just like the Jets, they showed something. I like the coach. He doing something different. He doing what he do, and he he coming on his team and he's leading his team like he's coaching his team and he got them prepared. Dan Jones looking like he's getting better, like just like Hurts got better. I think Hurts he got more better than Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones that he got better than the previous seasons. And I feel like the Giants they gonna be good. I have confidence they're gonna be very good going on to this next season, but I still don't know if they're gonna be ready for us. I would give another 70 to 80% chance of us winning that game. I might move it a little bit more up, because we always dominate the Giants. So I would say 80% to 90. It's probably a 10% chance we shift that up. So I had to think about it. I'd say 80% to 90% chance we win that. So it's a higher percentage of winning that game than with the Giants. But yeah, like that's how I look. But we could we don't take that serious. We could end up slipping up on that game too. But I give us a little 80%, 90%. You might end up blowing them out. Um, Sure. Like I say, even going back to the Commanders, like I had to think about it. We might end up blowing the Commanders out the first game, because that's what we do. Like I feel like we gonna have some teams we might blow out. You might have it, but like I said, this schedule is different. I don't see a lot of like we did last season. We was blowing out teams left and right. I don't see that this season. We probably do have a good enough team. We do blow out, but it's not gonna be like how we did last season. But we could essentially blow them out on the Giants and the Commanders. This season because that's what we normally do. But yeah, week 16, we taking that game. More percentage we winning, less percentage we losing. We got two more games left. Now the next one, week 17, dealing with the Cardinals. Like I said, we might need that game, we might not. I don't know, but playing what's the little guy name again? Uh, playing Kyler Murray. We playing Kyler Murray. You know how he is quick with his feet. He moved like how we did. We had a tough game with him last season, but we win it because of what his decision he did last at the last minute. I feel like even with that, we probably still would have won. But you know, how we've been dealing with running quarterbacks. Like we've been struggling with that. I'm glad we went out and got some good linebackers. We got some good linemen that know how to stop quarterbacks that run and stop the running plays. So I feel like that might be a little different. I feel like we'll be able to stop them from getting out of that pocket a little bit more better. I feel like confidence be able to take that game too. But I'll drop it down a little bit from the Giants. I would say instead of 80 or 90% chance of winning, I say 70% chance, 60 to 70% chance we win in that game. I say more of a 70% chance we taking that. But reason why I drop it a little bit down to 60 is because of going towards the end of the game. I don't know how hard we're gonna play on week 17. So That's how I look at it. Dealing with playing with the Cardinals. The last game of the season, dealing with the Giants again. I feel like we'll still win that, but you know how we do. We sit players down. We sit, we bring in our second streamer. We don't really need that game. Depends on how we play. So I would drop it down only. I know it's the Giants only because of the last game. And I would say a 60 to 70% chance of winning that game is because of who we gonna sit down and how we gonna play. So that could be a attention loss only because of that. But we might still beat them because it's the Giants. No matter if we our second stream or third stream, probably still come in and play hard and beat the Giants. But yeah, that's how I look at it. So I would say through the whole schedule to end it all, how our record will look like, we have a chance to actually be. I would say we have a chance to actually be 13-4. Uh, um, yeah, we have a chance to be 13-4. Uh, lose 4 games, win 13 games. Uh, I would look at that's what I think our record could. I would think more logical, more reason our record could be 13-4, 14-4. But how good we are doing, we have a chance to be we have a chance to be 16-1. And or I would say out of the two teams could be very for sure of us losing, Chiefs and the Bills. So I'm gonna say 15-2. That could be I for sure record depends on just because of the Chiefs and the Bills. I would say 15-2. That will be for how we are doing and what we are really capable of winning and who we are hard to play. I would say 15-2, but it could potentially be depends on the Niners and the Cowboys. It could potentially go into 13-4. So yeah, that's how I look at it. That's my opinion. You could put in your comments down what you agree with, uh, what how you feel about that. You know, what is your opinion, your agreement with the record? You know, if you agree with it, if you think that's what it's going to actually be, it's going to be 13-4, or it could be 15-2. If you think we might have a bad season, whatever you think, like if you agree with it or not, just put it in the comments. Let us know, like and subscribe. Let them tell me. We'll talk about it. But that's how I look at it. That's how my percentage on all the teams and all the players that all the teams that we playing and the matchups and dealing with the bye week after coming. I feel like it get harder after coming off that bye week. Before the bye week, I feel like it's gonna be a little bit more. It's gonna be a breeze. I don't think we're gonna have a problem. But coming out of that bye week, I feel like that's when things are gonna get a little bit complicated, and that's how I look at it. But I still feel like we're gonna be able to play off. I say I'm 90% confident. I would say 95 to 100% confident, but I say for sure 90% confident that we're gonna be in the playoffs. For sure. Like no doubt that we going to the playoffs. But going back to that big stage, uh depends on looking on how the schedule is. You know, it depends on how we doing that regular season. But yeah, the regular schedule is more harder. It's more challenging dealing on our defense side. Our offense, I feel like we still gonna put up a numbers, but dealing with the offense that we gonna be playing, our defense is gonna actually have to really become with their A game and have to come correct or who we gonna play or what we gonna come for. And then yeah, what we're gonna have to be prepared for dealing with the quarterbacks and how they what they do. Like this is in a new era. We are in a new era of athletic quarterbacks, and our defense gonna have to be prepared for that. Because playing with athletic quarterbacks, you gotta worry about the quarterback and worry about the running back, and that get a little bit of complicated. So yeah, that's how I look at it. That's just a brief little summary on all the teams, my percentage, and what I feel what it's gonna be. Come back with a new video going on to each team. We're gonna talk about when we get into the season, or we're gonna leave more on that when the season start going on. What I score prediction is gonna be on each team. We're gonna wait into that. We're gonna probably talk more up on to the preseason who we gonna feel how our second string, third string, the type of players we gonna play, how they gonna do better, and how they gonna be doing it. So Yeah, that's my idea on the percentage on every team on this new schedule. It's gonna be complicated, but I think we be able. How we did this thing to get us prepared, and I'm confident that we be able to win these games. Only team that I feel like is a more of a struggle that we might end up potentially losing, but we have the potential to win. But it's more of a struggle is dealing with the Chiefs and the Bills, and the more because of coming off that bye week, you know how everything is, and that's why I didn't really like how that setup was. But I feel like they just want to make things a little tougher for us. Coming off that bye week, we're gonna have to be prepared for one of the two strongest teams on our schedule, and that's the Chiefs first, and then the Bills second. And we're gonna have to keep that momentum going up. So that's my idea on it. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Put your comments. Like I said, thank you for likes, subscribing, following, tuning in. I said no, tune in for my boy uh uh merchandise. You want to get at him, you can get at him on Twitter. It's the same thing, hyphen equal one. On Twitter, you can comment, he can get you with with his merch and everything. So yeah, you could stay tuned for that. You if you're looking at on different outlets, on different things, you want to follow me, this is my Twitter. You can follow me on that. If you got comments, you got questions that you want to ask, if you got your opinion, what you want to do, just let me know. Let me know how you feel, and we get at it. We also doing spaces, doing voice podcasts, dealing on Twitter. You could tune in and tell us your ideas on different teams or who they got or what they gonna do. And yo, let's talk about it. That's all we do. And no, I'm gonna get at you. We're gonna make more videos through the week. I'm gonna let you know. But I gotta get prepared, because I got other things I gotta grind for. You already know I still got a 12-hour shift that I still do. I'm still grinding at work. Still got a job to keep up. I just want to make this video, get y'all my eyes on this new schedule, what we doing, how we gonna look going on for these new teams. But yeah, I gotta get prepared for that. But trust me, we back in with another video. We're gonna talk more about it, see y'all ideas, and see how y'all feel about this new schedule for all the Eagles fans and all the other teams, or what y'all feel like, Eagles fans or not. If you agree with us, if you agree with me, let me know and get at it. But stay tuned. Continue to like, follow, subscribing. I appreciate it. We appreciate y'all. And yo, that's what it is. It's your boy This your boy Hype Fan Jers. Thank you. I'm out. Bird game.